You're hereby cordially invited to Hanksy Panksy, pretty princess,
Oh my, there's more to it.
a podcast where two darling dames are searching for their theatrical Prince Charming to love forever after. I'm
Amazing.
Sam Siegel, and I'm playing Lady Baldwin Featherbottom.
Amazing. I am Luke Patrick, but this week you can call me Comtesse du Patrick.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Sam, you look fantastic.
Thank you. I did buy the 1990s board game Pretty Princess.
Mm,
And I spent an embarrassingly long time trying to get this pink bracelet here
yeah,
uh, fastened about my wrist.
amazing. So this just to like kind of give the people the behind the scenes that they've been looking for.
Mhm.
Everyone's always like, show us bloopers, show us the like magic behind the screen. You texted me. I said like, hey, we're back from the cafe. You said, hang on, I just got out of the shower, which implies you were naked.
Mhm.
Uh, which is fine. And then
I was.
I need to get dressed and then I'm
Uh-huh.
good.
Yeah.
I did not realize that getting dressed meant getting the court attendants together,
Mhm.
getting the maids, and having you sort of put on all of this like this fancy stuff. It's awesome.
It was a real production, let me tell you. Um, I I also just, for the record, want to show I do have both ears adorned with two earrings that
Yeah.
might make me look like some strange pirate.
You
Now,
you
now that I'm seeing it,
it's a little piratey, it's a little alt, I
uh-huh.
think, like the cartilage piercing and plus the lobe has sort of a like alt appearance to it.
Yeah, I wanted to use both. There are four sets of jewelry in Pretty
Whoa.
Princess. There was also a purple and a green. Now, um, I would have done more bracelets, but they are too hard to put on by myself. Because I would have done a whole fucking stretch of them, right?
Yeah.
Um, uh, I wanted to use more than one set of earrings. Did not know where the best place to put the second set.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I think you picked the logical spot. Let's
yeah,
get
I
that out of
mean,
the way.
I could have, I guess I could have done my nipples, um,
Yeah, you could have.
which would have been strange on a lot of levels.
Yeah, and if you wanted to do that, I got some Mardi Gras beads in the car from a Mardi Gras
Hmm.
I attended many years ago that I think would be better suited than what you have sort of around your neck
Yeah,
right
these
now.
are not. I wouldn't say Mardi Gras caliber.
No, they're not. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But all that to say, I'm pleasantly surprised and you look great.
thank you. The let me just say, the rings barely fit on my ring
Yeah,
fingers.
I'm amazed.
I am too scared to get them past the second knuckle.
Yeah.
Um, the earrings pinch very much, and the tiara is quite small for
It's
my
almost
adult head.
yeah, it's almost like I assume Pretty Princess, the board game, was designed for a younger audience.
Yeah, some could say ages 5 plus.
Oh, 5 plus.
There are small pieces here. I would not
Wow.
let my son around these.
Yeah, whoa.
Imminently swallowable, I would
Yeah,
say.
for sure. And at an age 5, that's when, kids are still largely exploring things using their mouths. Can I put this in my mouth? Can I?
Well,
Well,
no, they're a little bit past that.
it's
At
not
5,
primary. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
because I know the Freudians amongst our listeners would say that they are solidly past the oral stage.
Right.
By 5, you've hit the anal stage at least.
Oof. Uh,
Because that's like your potty training years, and that's usually around like 2.
yeah.
So you're at least in the anal stage. I forget what comes after the anal stage. It might be the genital age. I don't. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
While we're talking it,
Let's start
Um,
looking up stuff on Google at 5 minutes in. That's a new record for us, I feel like. But
yeah,
all
let's
that to
look at our
say, it's
phallic. It would be the phallic
the
stage.
phallic stage. Okay.
Um,
Thanks, Freud. Hey, you know what
yeah.
happens if you do a lot of cocaine and people really buy into your bullshit?
Uh-huh. This
Freud.
5 is the phallic stage.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Interesting, interesting, interesting.
Mhm. I don't know
Anywho,
actually what that does for us in
yeah.
talking about the 90s board game Pretty Pretty Princess, which is actually very simple. If you can believe it, a game for 5-year-olds.
Yeah, how's
Um,
how's Pretty Princess the board game? I assume it's like Game of Thrones political machinations.
it's pretty close to that. So,
Okay.
you have a game board here. And it is, I will tell you, the spinner, very complicated.
It's just 1 through 4 and it's
It
got a
is,
single arrow. Yeah.
yeah. And then there is a game board that I'm actually not going to unfold. But basically, you pick your jewelry color, and
Yeah.
then you do have a matching pawn color, you know.
Amazing.
Um, and so you spin the spinner, and whoever spins the highest number goes first, and then you play clockwise. You spin it, you move your pawn clockwise around the game path, the number of spaces shown on the spinner,
Sure.
all the directions for the space you land on. Then your turn's over. And the spaces are just necklace, bracelet, earrings, or ring. And when you land on that, you take that piece of your color jewelry and put it on. And if you've already gotten that piece of jewelry, your turn is over. And you
Oh,
just,
it
if
sounds like you just get pretty as the game goes on.
you do just get pretty. There is a put one back space. There's a mystery ring. I am not wearing the mystery ring.
Sure, you haven't earned it. You didn't
I
land
have
on that
not earned
spot.
it. And so once you collect your complete set of jewelry in your color, plus the crown,
Yeah.
but not the mystery ring, you've won. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, the I assume the mystery ring is ugly.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
it is clear here.
Yeah. It sort of
Um,
looks like a ring pop, but like a plastic ring pop.
they all look delicious. I will tell you that.
Some
Um,
people never move past the oral stage.
Yeah, they look exactly like ring pops, and I would pop one of these suckers in my mouth if I thought it tasted good.
Yeah.
But I know with my adult brain, um, this is not going to taste good.
It's not going to taste good. It's going to do horrible things to your teeth. Well, I'll say this, I'm a bit of an amateur board game designer.
Uh-huh.
That's I've been working on one for a long time. If I could make a game half as good as Pretty Princess, because you just told me
Mm-hmm.
the rules in about 30 seconds, and it
Yeah.
sounds fun as hell, and like I'm gonna look great by the end of it.
Yeah, I remember playing it with my sister when I was a kid.
Nice.
It's okay. I remember
Okay.
it actually being fairly boring.
Yeah.
Because there's not I don't know if you know this, not a whole lot going on other than putting jewelry on or off.
Yes. Yeah.
Donning or doffing jewelry, I guess,
Sure.
is
The old Donendoff.
what a princess would say. I feel like I have to get my hands in the shot a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Um,
You just got to be very Italian. Talking with the hands.
Mario Gabagool. Not very princessy though.
Not very princessy.
So we should probably mention that we watched 1998's Ever After.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was your watch?
Mouse
Ooh, that's
hose.
fun.
What?
Well, my rings clicked.
Oh, I couldn't hear it through the Zoom. Zoom does a really good job at blocking sound that
Y-
isn't the human voice.
Yeah, which has been a problem for me in the past in some of my goofs that I do for you,
Yeah, exactly.
because
Like
it blocks out the fun part, which
it does.
which means for people watching on YouTube, they also don't get the goof because we just use the YouTube the Zoom audio when I upload it to YouTube because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sync it with the recorded audio. I'm not a
No.
wizard.
No, who has the time to video edit? Gah.
Gah.
Uh yeah, so like famously in the Barbenheimer episode,
Mhm.
you
Oh yeah,
played
that's right.
like a song at the beginning, a probably not cheap to license song
Yeah, so what I did was I played a nuclear bomb siren,
Yeah.
and then I played the first, I think, 15 seconds of Barbie Girl.
Yeah, and I got none of it. So
None
I
of it. You just were sitting there staring at me blankly.
yeah, I
Oh.
assumed you were playing something because I could see the phone, but I didn't know what it was. But on
Hmm.
the re-listen, on the editing side of it, it was really good. That was a smart call.
I gotta tell you, I think it's fun because it means that whether I'm doing a visual gag or an audio gag, someone's always missing out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what people don't tell you about podcasting. The best way to get an audience is to like exclude chunks of your audience every
Yes.
time.
A lot of
Leave them
people
wanting.
a lot of people think you have to do something for everyone. No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. No, you do something for only a small segment of your audience.
Yeah,
Like
like
on YouTube, it's like 7 people, and
yeah.
only those 7 people are gonna get to see the absolute divine job that my courtiers have done.
Yeah.
My servants, I guess. Courtiers, I guess, are different.
Yeah, I think if you have courtiers putting your
Hmm.
shit together, you are the fucking queen,
I
my
rule
man.
with an iron fist,
Yeah,
I will say.
exactly. Yeah. Shit, what were we talking about?
Your watch of 1998's
Oh,
Ever After?
yeah, mouse hose booted it up. My TV had a big fat update that it
Mm,
required. You love to see that. It's like a gig and a half. What is my
Jesus
TV
Christ.
doing? Is it like mining Bitcoin in the background while I'm
Probably
watching, making LG just like a little bit of extra
a little
cash?
bit. Emphasis on little,
Little,
given the state of crypto right now.
right, exactly. Just making like 5 cents every like year off of my
Hmm.
TV's mining efforts. Yeah, otherwise slammed it down. No big deal. But yeah, how was your watch?
Um, so watched this Thursday night, um, I think,
Okay.
and then pretty promptly forgot it. I went to Stuttgart yesterday for work.
Oh, Stuttgart, the rice capital of the world.
And duck. Rice and
And
duck.
duck. Yeah.
Um,
If you
that
want to
was
get a duck and stuff it full of rice,
Stuttgart's got you covered.
they got you covered.
They also have the National Aquaculture Research Center there, so you know,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
if you want to grow some fish. Um, so you did that yesterday, and yeah, now I have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I remember so little of this film. Um,
Well,
and I
I
am
did.
curious.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have the commercial-free version of the mouse hose, or are you watching commercials?
Oh my God, I didn't know there was a version that had commercials.
That's the one I got, baby.
Yeah, I have the bundle that's like lets me watch hockey and I get Hulu.
Oh,
Um,
okay. So you have the cable package?
Essentially that's what I've got. I pay
Yeah.
like $25 a month or whatever so that I can watch hockey and then
Hmm.
occasionally watch Star Wars. Because I want to be honest, man, I was looking at the list of things most recently watched and on the mouse hose.
Hmm.
Do you want to take a guess? It's something we watched. Do you want to take a guess what the last thing I watched was?
Jungle Cruise?
No, a little bit more recent than that, but good
Okay.
guess.
Okay. Toy Story 4?
Oh, actually, it should have been that, and I don't know why it wasn't. I'm just gonna go ahead and break the seal on it. It was Zombie High, isn't that the name of the movie?
Yeah, zombies.
Zombies, that's it. Yeah. So that's fun.
Hmm. So you're really getting your money's worth.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
I don't
me with
even
stars.
yeah, exactly. I think I don't even watch that much hockey, my dude.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Uh,
Paying fucking Disney.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Hulu's worth it because it's got like the bear and it's got Shogun on it. The other two,
Yeah, I don't know.
ESPN, I no.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like Disney, I have it because of the podcast.
Yep.
Um, but even that was kind of begrudging.
Yeah.
Um, And yet I still have stars, which I get the occasional email that they are increasing their rate. Um, I don't
Nice.
remember the last time I used stars, if I'm being honest. I should
Yeah.
get rid of it. This actually, I will tell you, we are the perfect people for Rocket Money to advertise with because
Yeah.
we are the real perfect people who are just fucking rubes who have streaming services we've not used in like a year plus.
Yeah, like I got Paramount Plus to watch 2 episodes of Frasier before I went, I can't do this.
Season two's coming soon.
I know, I keep seeing ads for it when we were out like eating places and the TV's on.
Mm-hmm.
Um
I read a review this morning that said pretty bad.
Crystal Frasier. Yeah, so I think Rocket Money, if you want to jump on board with us,
Mm-hmm.
we are very open, and we can just do a whole episode where we go through the bullshit streaming services that are crippling us,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, the
then we'll
Rocket Money special.
yeah, the Rocket Money special, and we'll just ditch them on air, which will be riveting audio.
Yeah, I do. I will say, I think I actually would have some qualms with accepting money from Rocket Money because they're owned by Quicken, which is
Yeah,
owned by TurboTax, right?
I think Intuit is the parent company.
That's right. Which
Yeah.
is constantly lobbying Congress to keep them from allowing the IRS to allow everyone to just be like not even have to file their taxes anymore.
Yeah, like it, or even using the free software that the IRS has. They
Yeah.
have it. They
Hmm.
built it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fucking Intuit is over here like, we gotta save Detroit with the money that we make that we're
Hmm.
definitely giving to downtown Detroit.
Yeah. And definitely not just funneling to our executives.
Yeah, for
Capitalism.
sure.
It works.
Capitalism. It's a great system. Love it. Uh
Luke, do you want to break down the plot of 1998's Ever After? We're getting pretty deep into this, and already this is kind of like the Palace Hole. So,
yeah, that's true. Also, just a really quick, I realized we didn't explain what the fuck we're doing.
oh yeah, Pretty Princess is the palate cleanser.
Yeah, which if you are joining us, like if you joined us in the Keanu season and you weren't aware, we need a fucking break.
Yeah, yeah, we gotta watch movies that don't have the same actor in them,
Yeah.
week after week after week after week. And so what my wife has done is she has put together, I would almost call it a charcuterie board,
Yeah.
um, of different genres, different categories of
Yeah.
lists of movies. And what we previously did is that we would put them all on the decision wheel, praise be.
Praise be.
We would roll it, and we would take its holy decree as
Yeah.
the word of God, as it is. Um, However, we got burned by that last time.
Yes, we oh my God, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we got burned pretty bad. And the Keanu season was not aloe vera for that burn. In fact, it was just more fire.
Hmm.
And so what we decided this time is that we would just fucking pick
Yeah.
of our options. And so we did choose Pretty Princess, which is a selection of, I think it's like 8 or something,
Yeah.
princess movies that my wife has chosen for
Yeah.
us.
It looks, can I say the charcuterie board looks particularly delicious
Oh yeah,
this time around.
this one's got some house-made pickles on it.
Yeah. Oh, and some like pickled onions right
Mm-hmm.
next to like
Yeah,
a
pickled
really
red.
nice,
Yeah,
yeah. It's gonna be pretty fucking choice.
it should be a good chow.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, with that said, we're gonna be doing princess movies for a minute,
Yeah.
and then we will reveal season 4. Christ. Hey, bud,
Yeah.
season 4?
Season 4.
Ugh. Season 4, which will come out nearly 4.5 years after we started this.
Yep. So,
Going, going great.
oi. Yeah. When does it end? Is my question.
When we're dead, I think.
I think it's when we're dead.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So
Do
all that
we?
to say too, thank you folks for like giving us a little bit of a hiatus. Your
Mm-hmm.
boys needed it.
Your boys did need it.
Yeah.
One of your boys, and I'm not saying who, but it might be the one in princess garb, had a pretty bad vitamin deficiency that
Yeah.
he is still working on fixing.
Yeah. You can check out the Pals Hole episode for
Hmm.
more on that. Um,
Um, do you think we're gonna have to do sort of a till death do us part and nominate someone to take over after us?
I think so. So maybe okay, because we got 2 weeks, technically three, because we're recording this like a week ahead of schedule.
Hmm.
In the time between this episode and the next time we record, um, let's ponder that. Let's come up with like a short list of folks you want to nominate.
Oh, your nephew, easy,
Oh, he
done.
is 7.
Yeah, well, you better hope you live a while.
I
Other,
like this. That's not to
otherwise,
say I don't like it.
otherwise, that's his whole fucking life.
Yeah. Heir to the throne,
Hmm.
with a limited audience, a lot of which is in Ireland for some
For
reason.
some reason.
Yeah, okay. That's perfect.
Hmm.
You didn't even need the time.
I didn't. Yeah, I had that. I hadn't actually considered the idea until the moment I said it, and yet I knew I knew exactly who I wanted to replace you.
Yeah. I will need some more time, I think.
See, that's why I'm the princess.
It is. Yeah, you're decisive,
Hmm.
man.
Yeah.
You're out here making decisions.
I mean, how do you think I got these rings? That again, I am too scared to move past the second knuckle.
Yeah. Lest we need like a crowbar
Or some Crisco.
or some Crisco, yeah, butter you up like a pig and try to get that off.
Hmm.
Yeah, Sam, I want to do a thing really quick too before I break down the plot,
Okay.
which is I owe you an apology,
Oh, okay.
which is the last palate cleanser we did was romance movies.
It was
Yeah, and in that we had a bit.
for a subset of them, yes.
Yes, a subset of them. Anytime it got vaguely pornographic,
It was just for the 50 Shades movies,
it
if
was
memory
mostly for
serves.
the 50 Shades movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should have done it for Twilight as well, come to think of it.
Come to think of it, we should have, but I think it would
Yeah.
have been way less interesting because nothing moved.
Yeah, exactly. But in one of these segments, you did report some movement.
Some genital movement, yes,
Yes,
I
some
did.
movement.
I love that you're bringing this back up. The time that I
Yeah.
talked about
Well,
the time I got slightly aroused on this show.
this apology
A,
has sort
a
of taken a
real
turn.
a real high point for me when
Yeah.
I announced publicly that I
Hmm.
got like a quarter job
Yeah.
from watching
Well,
a 50 Shades movie. I'm so glad my son will hear this one day.
really quick, was it the one that you liked or was it a different one that you
I think
didn't
it was
like?
the one that I liked,
That makes sense,
which
man.
is the second one. The
Yeah.
second one by far is the best.
Yeah.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sick.
Yeah. Well, to your point, and maybe to absolve you of some stuff, Sam, I wanted to come out with an apology and say that about a year ago,
Hmm.
started doing some thinking, some realizing. Turns out your boy is asexual.
Yes.
So I just wanted to apologize to you publicly for the fact that we did this bit that, looking back, is fucking hilarious because
It's a rigged game.
only one of us was ever really playing that game. And
And
I'm not.
honestly, despite the fact that we are dredging up the fact that I talked about a quarter erection that I got during a 50 Shades movie, um, I think it makes that bit so much funnier because it's a game that I would never play alone. And yet I was tricked into playing it alone.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to apologize to you because
Hmm.
we accidentally did the funniest thing on the planet. Because I don't know what it would take for me to report similar movement. But we haven't found it yet, my friend.
Yeah,
So
I can tell you what won't. is any
Yeah.
of the 50 Shades movies. We have documented proof that those do nothing for you.
At
One of
all.
them
Yeah.
did a little for me.
Yeah. So anyway, just wanted to check that out there. I was thinking it would be interesting if we watch any movies that heavily feature fucking
Hmm.
in the future. I don't think Pretty Princess is going to be
Don't
that
think it's gonna
category.
get us there. Now, I am curious
Yeah.
if what we discover is that what does do it for you is like really niche
Yeah.
fetishes. Like if like there's a shot in one of these movies that like heavily features feet, and that you're like, oh no, there's movement, and
Yeah.
then you have to come back and report, and it's like it was the feet.
Yeah. I've thought about this, specifically feet. I'm
Hmm.
sad to report that feet are not the solution
Hey,
to
are
my
you sad
problems.
that
No.
that's
Well, I take it back. I'm not sad,
hmm
but unless
unless
if you are into feet, do you know how much fucking content is out there for you?
there's a whole website. It's
Yes.
called Wikifeet, and your work probably does not block it.
Your work, your IT person hasn't even thought
Yeah.
about blocking this shit.
Whereas,
Probably
like,
because they're into it.
probably. Whereas, like, the other average person is having to go to like buttholefactory.com, um, .co.biz, and is like at work feverishly trying to masturbate because
Yeah.
instead of doing their job as a judge, and they can't get through the blocker because again it is buttholefactory.co.biz, and their clerk is over there at wikifeet.men and is just pounding it to Dwayne Johnson's big fucking feet.
Huge feet.
Huge feet.
Massive feet.
I assume. I don't actually know what his feet get rated, but I will find out
Yeah.
right now.
Amen. Let's do it.
Dwayne Johnson Wikifeet. Wikifeet men. My mistake. It is men.wikifeet.com. He gets 4.99 out of 5
Amazing. I
on
mean, it is The Rock.
424 reviews.
Now, see, I don't, it's like Amazon TV, right? Like, I know the scale, like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
13,000 reviews is a shitload on Amazon. I don't
Yeah.
know the scale of how many reviews is a lot on WikiFeet. I believe that's a lot, though.
Can I tell you how distressing some of the photos are on Wikipedia? I'll show you.
Okay.
I love just this close up
Oh,
on
no.
his grape crushers, which I assume is what they call them.
Yeah, those
Um,
big old grape crushers.
size 14. Here's one where his toenails are painted. I don't know the story there.
Yeah,
Boy,
I don't
camera
either.
does not want to focus in on that.
It's okay. I'm getting the very fuzzy gist of
Yeah.
what's happening.
Who's someone who you think would have like a lot of reviews?
For WikiFeet men, because I think
Uh-huh.
that's the only safe version of this that we can do.
Oh no, I think
Um,
normal Wikifeet for women
I
is
yeah. It's weird
safe-ish.
because I feel like I don't know. The politics is not great for either.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that WikiFeet for women is typically not consensual. Not that I think Dwayne is like giving this a stamp of approval,
Oh, yeah, okay.
but
Yeah.
people are very much out for the feet.
Well,
Uh,
I'll tell you, George Clooney only has 181 total votes.
can we look up George Bush?
Yeah, let's look up. Do you want senior or
I think Junior.
yeah, let's get George W. Bush. 16 votes. They don't actually have his foot size. There are no one picture was removed. Um and he, out of 16 votes, his rating is 4.06.
Oh, that's a tough break for old.
Bill Clinton. You
Oh, I
think
bet.
he's
I feel like he's gonna have some traction on WikiFeet.
27 votes? 3.33 out of 5.
Oh, god damn it, Bill.
He's got some bad ones. What about Chuck Schumer? Not on here.
Someone's got to
Unless
get
they
on
have him
that.
as Charles Schumer?
I doubt it.
No.
The artist formerly known as Charles Schumer.
They don't have Mitch McConnell either.
I guess,
Which
yeah.
I guess would be a problem because that would be a hoof.
Yeah, it would be just a cloven hoof.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, all that to say, Sam, I like this avenue for exploration. I will report back if like a balloon pops in a movie and it gets me. What's up?
I did look up Donald Trump.
Oh no. No, dude.
257 votes.
That's a
1.27 out of 5. It's one
yeah, okay.
photo, and I feel like the votes are 5 pictures were removed, which is interesting.
Why does it tell you that they were removed?
I don't know why. But here's actually a high review here from I Love Daddy Feet, member since September 2018. Gave
Amazing.
this review New Year's Eve 2023. So someone's celebrating the new year in style.
How do I want to bring in the new year? Well, clearly I'm going to be spanking it to Donald Trump's feet.
Can I read you his review and then we need to move on?
We do desperately need to move on. Yeah, please do though.
Honestly, they are really well taken care of. Nice toes. Bet those soles are super soft.
Oh
I
God.
think I kind of love his feet. Wish there were more pics.
Well, there were 5 more, bud.
There were 5 others.
That's
Actually, I've got one more that was written actually on
Mhm.
on New Year's Eve. So,
Okay.
at 3 in the morning.
Nice.
Um, why do his feet look like they need a diaper and an overnight care nurse? I don't know what that
Amazing.
means. I don't know what that means for feet.
That's some unhealthy foot right there.
What does it mean if it looks like your feet need a diaper?
Nothing good.
That there's shit all over them?
Yeah.
That your feet keep pissing themselves? Luke's what is the plot of 1998 for the third time ever
Yeah.
after?
Yeah. Okay, so the plot of Ever After, it's a Cinderella movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a take on the Cinderella. It's a bookend. We get the Brothers Grimm showing up to what turns out to be the great granddaughter
It's like great granddaughter or some shit.
of Cinderella, whose name is Danielle.
Yeah, Danielle
De,
DeBouche.
de, Bush. Let's go with Bush.
Yeah,
Danielle DeBush.
Danielle DeBouche. De
DeBush.
Noël.
Um. Anyway, so there's a bookend. It's kind of like the Titanic. The old lady's talking about the real story. And
Mm-hmm.
it ends with her and the Brothers Grimm leaving and yada yada yada. In between the meat of the movie, Luke's patented 3 act structure, your money back guarantee
Oh damn, it's back.
is back, baby. Act 1, I'm gonna do this really quickly because God, we have gone long before the
We've gone
plot.
long and we've talked about feet too much.
We've talked a lot about feet.
A lot
A
about
thing
feet.
that does not work for either of us.
Nothing. Nothing. Okay, let's actually real quick, let's do it. Boner Patrol. Can't do it loud. The boy is sleeping down the hall.
Sleeping, yeah. Waking him up by shouting Boner
Boner
Patrol.
Patrol. Well, now I know why he's in therapy.
Yeah.
So Boner Patrol.
Yeah.
Looking at the feet pics, negative.
Oh, especially Donald Trump's feet.
Yeah, I have turtled. It's within me now.
Yeah.
Did
It's not
nothing.
good. Yeah.
Nothing for me.
What's like, is there like an inverse on the like you know how I think it's the Richter scale, like we rate earthquakes?
Yeah.
Is there like an inverse, like negative numbers on the Richter scale?
Where it's too quiet. The ground is too still.
It's too still. This is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Okay, Luke's patented 3 act structure, money back guarantee. Act one. Danielle is introduced as the like tomboyish kind of daughter of a local, I guess, just rich guy. Because that comes up
Yeah.
later. Because he doesn't seem to be a noble. He's married to a countess, or was married to a countess.
Okay.
But she died, and so it's just the two of them. Nice, happy house. She seems pretty good. Bring in this. He gets married again to Morticia Adams.
Mm-hmm. Who is a
Uh,
baroness?
who's a baroness. So that's, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She's got two kids. Daddy, literally the day of, so they show up. Daddy rides off to go to a thing, a work meeting, essentially. He's
To
got to go to Vegas.
Luke, I'm sorry. To Avignon.
Avignon. This whole thing's in France. They have British accents. Don't worry about it. There's not
I
like,
I want to actually talk about the accents for a minute,
okay.
but no, keep going.
Yeah, I just like that there's no history of conflict between
Mm-mm.
France and
None.
England that
No, no,
makes
no.
that accent choice hilarious. Um Act one kind of terminates with the fact that Daddy's riding off to Vegas for a work convention, and he falls off the horse and dies. He does swivel to the daughter and say, "I love you," versus "I love you" to his wife, his newly wedded wife.
Mm-hmm.
Act one, at the end of it's revealed that she's now a servant in the house. She's the same as any of the other servants, treated the same. Act She does have a happenstance run in with the prince who's on the lam trying to get out of his gilded cage.
Mm-hmm.
The setup of the enemies to lovers plot line is established. Act two, Prince gotta find a gal within 5 days
Yeah.
before this big masked ball
Mm-hmm.
masquerade. So evil stepmother and the evil stepsister plot to ensnare the prince. All the while Danielle keeps running into Prince Henry, and then they sort of develop a romance, and they fight off a bunch of Romo Ruski,
Mm-hmm.
bunch of Roma people, and have a grand old time. They smooch.
They smooch.
And act two, what happens at the end? Oh, the evil stepmother finds out. It's not looking good.
Danielle is also lying that she is the
Oh,
daughter, that she is a countess.
yes, that she's the countess. She gives him, Prince Henry, her mother's name,
Mm-hmm.
and is pretending to be her. This is Cinderella meets Batman,
Yes.
because she is like constantly flipping in and out of outfits, trying to
Mm-hmm.
like not tip off her stepmother, etc. Anyway, there's the big dip at the end of Act Two where she's discovered. The prince, there's the big masquerade, and the prince, she shows up thanks to some help from Leo da Vinci,
Mm-hmm.
looking
Who's here,
awesome,
by the
who's
way?
who's just in this movie. Um, and she is revealed. The prince doesn't like that she's a commoner, publicly embarrasses her. She goes away. And then Act Three, the beginning of, she's actually sold to Pepe Le Pew,
Yes.
who's not making it up. His last name is Le Pew,
Yeah, I believe it is actually Pierre Le Pew.
Pierre Le Pew. So Pepe Le Pew,
Mm-hmm.
who's
Just as
been this,
horny too.
yeah, he's just been this weird, horny, gross guy the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's like,
To give you all an idea, essentially all his lines are just "Oh, die little stinker."
oh,
Uh,
mama, I'm so stinky.
I'm a stinker. Um, and that's pretty much it.
And yeah, you know where this is going. Prince Henry rescues her, but she's actually sort of already rescued herself, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
They get together. There's a big moment of reckoning for the stepmother and stepsister. Because I keep saying just one stepsister, because the other stepsister,
Melanie Linsky,
Melanie Linsky, is awesome.
just great.
She's great. Anyway, they are forced to work basically in the mailroom at the castle. They work in the laundry department,
Mm-hmm.
laundering stuff.
Stripped
Uh,
of their titles.
Stripped of their titles. She is now queen. Danielle is, or excuse me, she's a princess. Duh,
Yes.
pretty princess.
Mm-hmm.
Will maybe someday be queen.
Yeah. Well,
That
I'm definitely. The
Yeah,
line of
that's
succession very clearly seems to go towards Prince Henry upon
exactly.
the death of his father.
Yeah,
Uh,
unless England invades, which you
won't
know,
happen.
won't happen. Never happened in history.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, roll credits basically. Happily ever after. They give us a big smooch at the end. That's it.
Mhm.
Yes. So, what did you think of this movie?
Didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
Pretty boring.
Really?
Here's here's the thing. There are elements of it that are okay,
Yeah.
but Cinderella, pretty, pretty tight, buttoned up story.
Yeah.
What it doesn't need is to be longer.
It is okay. I said this at the start of the movie. I maintain it at the end of the movie. Stop making your movies 2 hours long.
Stop doing it, especially if it's just fucking Cinderella.
Yeah, just chop 30 minutes off or less. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
give us a tasty 70 minutes, like yes, God, yes,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. I'm so down to spend
Sure.
a because an hour's too short. A little over an hour, that's
That's
great.
fine.
Totally fine.
Yeah. It's just like all the stuff with the Roma,
Yeah.
kind of chaff.
Yeah.
Um, it doesn't really serve the plot like at all.
Yeah.
And they end up just being like a footnote later, so it's just sort of weird. The whole shit with Leonardo da Vinci is kind of weird. Why is he also English?
It's me, Leonardo da Vinci.
Ah, a pleasure, Your Holiness. Um, so it's just like that stuff probably is about half an hour, and it's just totally not needed.
Yeah. So I will say I found this movie pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Had a
I
good
mean
time.
it's fine otherwise. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
too long.
It is extremely long. It might have helped that I didn't mention this on my watch. We watched an hour and 15 of it last night, and then
Hmm.
the remaining 45 this morning. That probably
Oh,
helped quite a bit.
that would help like a lot.
Yeah, that's maybe the move. Which we've been doing a lot, even for Horror Hut, like for movies that are over an hour and a half, we kind of split them up.
A bifurcated watch. How's that working?
It's working out pretty good because let me tell you, Aliens, the
Mm-hmm.
Jimbo Cameroon movie,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that guy, that guy makes movies that are way too long.
Yeah, I think that's his whole thing, that and abusing people.
Yeah, it's abusing people, and then I literally Googled it. it I Googled what is James Cameron's shortest movie,
Mm-hmm.
and the list goes like this: hour and a half, hour 45, 2.5 hours, and it just balloons from there.
Yeah, he's a real sicko.
I bet he likes Wiki Feet. Um,
Probably.
anyway, had a good
Especially
time.
for those blue fuckers from
Oh
Avatar.
yeah. Oh, I mean, he's seen so much CGI get made for those films. You'd think he wouldn't need to go to WikiFeet to look at those
Mm-hmm.
blue toes,
Yeah,
but he does.
he does.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Um,
Uh yeah. I got a
yes.
question. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
go ahead.
Oh no, I have several.
Okay, cool. Uh let's do this because it's made explicit in the movie. Also I'm taking notes again.
Oh,
That's
did you stop?
I did during the Keanu season
Oh
because
wow. Oof.
yeah, yeah, it got pretty brutal there. I'm taking notes again. Um, it's made explicit in the movie that her dad used to read to her every night, and he wasn't reading like Goodnight Moon.
No.
He was reading like Utopia.
Yeah. Yeah, he was reading shit. The Jungle by Upton Sinclair.
Well, this is my question.
Hmm.
What's the worst book he could be reading to her? I have a theory, but I want to know what your gut says.
Hmm.
What if,
Hmm.
because she's like, oh yeah, he read Utopia to me right before he died. What's the worst thing she could have said that Prince Henry would have been like, ugh?
I have two,
Yeah.
and for very different reasons.
Okay.
I think one, the Communist Manifesto,
Okay.
because that is very hostile to Prince Henry's whole steez.
And then she stabs him. She says the
And then
Communist
Steph,
Manifesto
yeah,
stabs him right in the eyeball.
exactly. Um, The other is actually 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh. That's like in the Arrested Development when they keep finding out, they keep accidentally singing Turkish or Afternoon Delight
Yes.
with each other,
Mm-hmm.
not realizing that the lyrics are quite risque.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, reading 50 Shades to your child daughter
Mm-hmm.
at night is quite the look. I was gonna say Atlas Shrugged.
Ooh. Well, I don't know. Would your bargain basement French prince
Yeah,
kind of jive with Atlas Shrugged?
I think he would. That's a
Yeah,
good point.
because we're talking about a real compromised political system here.
Yeah. Oh, it's great if you're at the top.
Great.
It's phenomenal.
While we're actually talking about the politics of this film,
Yeah.
you and I have actually played quite a bit of Crusader Kings.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Which
which
we famously don't really stick to the realism aspect of that.
we don't
Yeah.
necessarily, but we still have fun. Side note, Luke, there are now two uh, very high quality mods for Crusader
Oh,
Kings. One is Game of Thrones, the other is
amazing.
Lord of the Rings.
Okay, now we're fucking talking.
Now we're fucking talking.
You mean I
Okay?
can RP as Gondor up in
You
this
can.
shit?
You will also get fucking, if I understand the phrase correctly, ruffle stomped by Mordor. Um, Sauron the Deceiver's stats are absurd.
Yeah.
And commands quite a large army. And Gondor has Denethor,
Mm, okay, not
a
great.
guy who eats tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing. Tomato eating. Um, so, so yeah. So at some point, we'll have to get the Steam version. We'll actually have to pay for it if we
Yeah.
ever wanted to play that. But probably worth it. One day, sir. I think we should play.
Yeah.
If not just for enjoyment, maybe we film it. Maybe we put it up on the
Oh,
Patreon.
maybe we throw up on me getting my ass handed to me because I'm Gondor and
Yeah,
Sauron the Deceiver decides to wade into my fields and just rat fuck everything.
yeah. Meanwhile, I'm playing as Galadriel, and
Nice.
I'm doing great because I'm immortal.
You're immortal. Playing the Hobbits would be interesting. Maybe
Playing the
digging into the
Hobbits would be good.
Shire.
While we're on this diversion,
Yeah.
um, Crusader Kings 3 has, gotten a number of DLC packs. There's one coming out soon that will actually let you play as an unlanded, like, wanderer,
Whoa.
and it's got some pretty fucking cool shit in it. And so, soon, I have heard the Lord of the Rings mod is going
Yeah.
to include the One Ring in the game.
Oh
And so
shit.
I think with that Wanderer DLC, you'll probably be able to play as the Fellowship, taking the ring
Yes.
to Mordor and disposing of it, of course, in the
Mount
fires of Mount
Doom.
Doom.
Yeah. That's really enticing.
It's very enticing. Yeah, I've really had to stop myself from buying Crusader Kings 3 on Steam, even though I have it for free on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And then getting the mod because I don't have much time to play games. I have a baby.
Yeah, you
Um,
do.
so, but hey, sometimes I end up having time for games. So maybe we'll look into that. Maybe I
Yeah.
can justify it by saying we're making content for the Patreon.
Yeah. My people will talk to your people. We'll
Yeah,
talk to the accountants.
yeah.
We'll get it worked out.
All that being
But
said,
yeah. Yep, 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 yep.
so the what part of what Prince Henry is trying to escape is that he has an arranged marriage with, I believe, a Spanish princess.
Yeah, Gabriella.
This would be an exceedingly lucrative marriage, both um, providing a claim to both the throne of France and Spain to the
Yeah.
daughter of to the child of that union,
Mm-hmm.
and also securing a very important alliance for
Yeah.
the Kingdom of France, especially since there's a kingdom across a little bit of water.
Just like folks, you don't realize how short that channel is.
Piss and distance.
It's pissing distance.
That wants a chunk,
Yeah.
wants a big old chunk.
Wants a bit of what they got. And
They're angry because there once was a Frenchman named William the Bastard
yeah.
who decided he wanted a chunk of their stuff.
Yeah.
And now they want some of his old stuff
Yeah.
and more.
And just a little extra so they have it.
Yeah. So this would be a wildly beneficial marriage.
Yeah, and his dad, the king, is like
Mhm.
weirdly he's like, he literally says at one point, he's like, let me worry about Spain. Dog,
But
buddy,
you need this alliance.
you need this marriage.
Yeah, because look, right now, you're Gondor to Sauron the Deceiver's Mordor.
Yeah.
Okay? You're gonna get fucking wrecked.
You're gonna get your
Okay?
shop wrecked. Yeah.
But with the power of Spain behind you, now you're like a united kingdom of Gondor, resurgent with King Elessar, also known as Aragorn, at the helm, commanding both the full might of Gondor
Yeah.
and the kingdom of Arnor.
Yeah.
I have a life. I have sex. Can you tell I've been watching a lot of Rings of Power?
Is it good?
A lot of people don't like it. I do. I
Okay.
actually really enjoy it. Kenna really enjoys it too. And
Nice.
she's
Because
not like the big Lord of the Rings nerd that I am.
yeah, I've been
So,
thinking about it. Because we kind of want to dig back into some like prestige TV.
mm-hmm.
Because we've been sort of wandering in the wastelands a little bit, having a good time, but
Yeah.
digging into a little prestige. And I kind of want what Game of Thrones edged me with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they
It
didn't
so
finish the job.
it's slow. The beginning's
Lord of
pretty
the Rings
slow.
is slow.
No. Rings of Power.
Yeah, I just mean like you mean an entry in this franchise is slow?
Shocker. I know.
Shocker.
Um, but it really picks up. The acting's really good. The production is all like, it costs
Sure.
like $1 billion
Yeah.
for Amazon. And the nice part is, despite the fact that viewership is abysmally low,
Hmm.
my understanding is that their deal with the Tolkien estate was that they had to make 5 seasons to get the rights. So you're gonna get the full story.
That's amazing. If I ever get the chance to work a deal like that for something I've made,
Hmm.
taking Amazon and chaining them to the radiator and saying, you owe us 5 seasons,
Yes,
that's a power move right there.
yes. So anyway,
Ever after.
ever after. Very lucrative marriage,
Yeah.
very beneficial for the Kingdom of France. He is instead going to throw it all away for the daughter of a baroness.
Yeah.
What
The
a
adopted daughter of a baroness, the daughter of a countess.
well,
Uh,
but he was looking at Marguerite, the evil stepsister.
oh,
It's just the
yes.
daughter of a baroness.
Right. Yes, yes, yes.
That's fucking shameful. She's so far below your station. You're the heir to the throne of
Yeah.
France,
Yeah.
and you're looking at a baroness?
In Crusader Kings 3 language, that is not a helpful marriage
No,
because
you're
there's no
losing
title to claim.
prestige
Yeah,
when you take that
exactly.
marriage.
I love
Now,
this like detailed political discourse while the
uh-huh.
plastic earrings are just kind of dangling. It's
They
amazing.
they're also flopping around in my headphone cup, which is an interesting sensation.
Yeah.
Um, so it's just there is someone in my house. I don't actually know who it is. Not like a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
I hear people downstairs and I
I
don't know who
see.
they are.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, we're coming up on time here
yeah,
soon. You'll find out.
yeah. Yeah, the accents are all over the place because at the beginning they're kind of doing French accents and then they quickly abandon it.
Oh yeah, it's like at beginning of production. They're like, "This is in France. We're gonna do French
Hmm.
accents." There is the old lady that's doing the bookend is French,
Yes. Yeah.
and she sounds exactly like Avasarala from The Expanse. It's incredible. Her voice is fantastic.
Hmm.
Um, but she's French, but she clearly knows how to do a like British accent, like an
Uh-huh.
English accent. So she's doing that. So the only French person in this movie is also British.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't
So
I don't get
yeah.
it.
Except it's funny because they'll do like, my name is Danielle, and I'm the Comtesse de Bacalac.
Uh-huh.
It's like they just chuck in French words.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird. Um, like I I don't know. It like really took me out of it. Um, I also, frankly, I thought the prince was not that look good looking.
Really? I
No,
mean,
in
as
fact,
discussed, I'm not the correct person to
right.
ask, but
In fact, my second note is I wouldn't fuck that prince with my worst enemy's dick.
I think he's got some angles that work,
He's
just
got a
looking at his
couple. I
features.
warmed up a little, but I still would not fuck him.
Yeah, I don't think he's like, Instagram keeps serving me up these horrible reels of just like, I guess, really good looking guys
Mm-hmm.
walking down the street and people's reactions to them,
Okay.
which is weird and a strange thing to film yourself doing.
Yeah.
But I don't think he could pull that off, I guess. The Prince. I don't think Prince Henry could do these
Absolutely
horrible
not.
TikTok videos. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Um, Now I have uh some I think fairly quick questions.
Okay.
Um, what her dad die of?
It kind of looks like a heart attack.
Oh,
Because when he's taken off, right, he's looking at his left
yeah.
hand.
He's like, huh, my left hand's, and then
It's
he
kind of
just
weird.
leans. But see, I thought before he fell off the horse, he was grabbing at his stomach,
Huh.
and so I thought he had like real bad mud butt or something. A
Hey,
lethal case of mud butt.
a lethal case of mud butt is probably how I'm gonna go. So I can
Yeah.
relate to that.
Do you want that
Um,
on your tombstone? Lethal
Lethal
case of
case of
mud
mud
butt.
butt. Actually, kind of, yeah. That'd be fucking hilarious. Because can you imagine in 200 years, like when someone for TikTok,
Hmm.
TikTok version 102, goes out and they like clean headstones because that's the thing people are doing.
Uh-huh.
They clean mine and it's all grimy, you can't see it, and they
Yeah.
wash it off and it just says lethal case of mud butt.
Hmm.
That'd be pretty good.
um, Heart attack does actually make a lot more sense though.
Yeah, I think it's a heart attack. But lethal case of mud butt is way funnier because we never really see, we just see his face.
Yeah.
We don't see what's going on
We don't see the
downstairs.
puddle of brown beneath him.
Yeah, and his just horrified new wife looking down at his body, shedding every ounce that it can, while his poor daughter is focused, laser focused on his face.
Yeah, as he's excreting his own organs.
Yeah, it's just intestines are flying out. It's
Yeah, a prolapse is prolapse. Um,
it's a professional lapse, is what it is.
at one point, the king is like, now what's wrong with the prince?
Yeah.
What else do you think is wrong with this guy?
Um, okay, I will say this about the Prince. I actually, as stated, did have a great time in this movie and quite enjoyed it. We don't get a lot of detail on
Mm-mm.
what the Prince is. Just like a good dude. He's just like super detached from reality at the beginning
Yeah,
and then shapes up pretty quick. We don't like, is he like a degenerate gambler?
I don't know.
Is he addicted to foot stuff? Like
I wondered if he had a leaky dong.
maybe he's got a leaky dong.
Maybe he's a degenerate gambler with a leaky dong.
Maybe he's hitting the dice games every night while he just seeps,
Just dripping.
just dribbling everywhere.
Oh, leaving a puddle in his seat.
Yeah. That would be more historically accurate for most royalty, I feel
Yeah.
like.
And the king's always mad because he's leaving a wet spot on the throne.
Yeah, which he shouldn't be sitting there, but he likes to
Shouldn't
do
be
it as a
sitting there.
goof. But then he gets his juices all over the
It's just
place.
juices, and it's not nut.
Oh no.
It's different.
Yeah, when he does do that, imagine if you will, a comet hitting Jupiter. That's what it feels like in his penis.
It is geyser-esque.
It's it's horrifying. Yeah.
Yes.
Old Faithful erupting, screaming,
Hmm.
steam everywhere.
But the rest of the time, so drippy.
So drippy. Yeah,
But
like a
different
leaky
stuff.
faucet. Yeah, absolutely.
Um, okay. One other quick question, and then I think of a very important one.
Okay.
That I think will be good for us to close it out with.
Sure.
Would you actually want a bed with the curtains around it?
Interesting. No, let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a lot of horror movies.
Yeah.
I get pretty spooked. And
Mm-hmm.
lately, two things have been happening, and I don't have an explanation for either. My stairs have been really creaky,
Mm.
and they've been creaking in such a way that it sounds like someone is walking down the steps.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'd sleep a lot better if you told me earlier.
Yeah, but then it's less fun when I hide the knives.
That is true. Whatever you're up to, if you're sneaking into a best buddy's house to do
Mm-hmm.
stuff,
Like hide knives.
it's sort of like role play, I assume, for sexy stuff. Then that the like you got to get into the right headspace. And if
Yeah.
I know you're hiding knives in my house,
It's not fun anymore.
that's not fun. Yeah,
No.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The other thing that's been happening is that you know how like you sort of hallucinate a little bit right before you go to sleep, like you're like kind of in a dream state, kind of not.
No, man.
Okay, I will say that that is a bipolar disorder symptom.
Okay, because
So,
let me explain how I fall asleep. I get
yeah,
in bed, and within 5 minutes, I'm gone.
Jesus, that's efficient.
I fall asleep so quickly.
That's incredible. I
There,
wish I had that.
there are times where I can fall asleep within 1 minute.
Damn, you have a body that's meant for manning a turret in a B-52. Because like
Yeah.
they had to train folks how to go to sleep
Hmm.
with like machine guns blaring and stuff.
I
You would
could
have
do it.
been Sam, take a nap. We're about to enter combat.
Okay.
Like you got an hour. He's gone. He
Yeah.
didn't even hear the reasoning. He just I said take a nap and he was out.
The waking up would be hard. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. But otherwise, yeah.
Yeah,
I have read actually that means I'm not getting anywhere near enough sleep if I'm falling asleep that quickly, which
for
would explain
sure.
some things.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you hallucinate.
Yeah, so and like it's in if you've ever had that sensation of like you kick, uh
Yeah.
it's sort of like in that zone. But my brain has decided to like randomly make me hallucinate sounds,
Mm.
and all of the sounds it's picked have been like the front door opening.
Oh, that's
So I'm
fun.
like going to sleep when I hear the door open, and then I have to get up and go look
Yeah.
because I'm not what insane person would think they heard the front door open and
Hmm.
close and then go, well, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
I
And then go to
have
sleep.
one time I kind of made my peace. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna get murdered, I'm at least gonna be comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, there is a logic to that.
Yeah.
But anyway, what were we talking about?
A bed with the curtains around it.
Oh, no, that's my logic is that I need to be able to, I need a field of view.
Hmm.
I need a POV on most of my house.
You need to be able to slice the pie
Yeah.
at a moment's notice.
Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why I sleep with a loaded gun, American style, right next to my bed,
Hmm.
just in case, brother.
Yeah, Kenna gave a fairly similar answer, minus like the creepy sounds. She
Yeah.
needs to be aware of
Yeah.
the room.
Because if you hear something and you wake up and you can't see
You can't
the
see
foot
beyond
of
your
the
own bed.
bed,
Yeah,
oh, that's horror
that's
fuel
bad
right
news.
there. Yeah.
That's
What
bad
about you?
news.
But what about you?
I could probably do it.
You think so? The
Yeah,
blackout effect would be pretty
the blackout
nice.
would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like that part.
Nice. Yeah, you do
Um,
like a cave.
I love a
Like
cave.
a yeah.
Like the weather we've been having recently, very
Oh,
cloudy, dark. Love it.
it's pretty good.
Okay, my last question here,
Yeah.
and I think unless you've got more that you want to cover, I think this is how we'll close it out.
Yeah, let's close it out with this.
Okay, I think it's important as we do Pretty Princess that we rate our princesses.
Oh, like on what scale?
Well, that's what we need to talk about.
Okay.
Is like I think it's a few categories, right?
Yeah,
I feel like poise has to be one of them.
for sure.
Status.
Status. Okay.
Okay, poise, status. I should probably write these down.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to do with all these rings.
I would believe it.
Okay, poise, status. Well, what else?
Um, how about like ability to rule?
Stewardship.
Stewardship is excellent.
To
Yes.
take the stat from CK3.
Yeah, I like that we're just recreating the stats from CK3 kind of. Um,
Yeah, a little
and
bit.
then what about just Riz? And then we can go with that.
Ooh, Riz. I
Let's just
like
do
that.
Riz so that we really resonate with the Gen Z audience that's
Yeah.
totally listening to this podcast.
Uh-huh. Yeah. On God.
On no cap,
No cat.
I think is the thing people say.
I think they say both.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, so how does Danielle rank? Let's say out of 10,
Yeah.
for poise.
2.
It's pretty low,
Yeah. She
right?
has her moments.
She has her moments.
Yeah.
Maybe, what would you say actually to a 4? Because she does climb
Yeah.
that tree, right? And she does
True.
jump down on that Roman gentleman.
Yeah. Well, and I was thinking too at the masquerade, she's very elegant.
Yes.
I mean, she looks phenomenal. I was joking that Leo
Though,
da Vinci did her makeup as well, which, well, why not?
yeah, I mean, he's an artiste.
He is an artiste. He's not
Um,
licensed, but he does a hell of a job.
However, she does fall down running away.
True.
Maybe a 3.
I think a 3. Let's go 3
Yeah,
out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Status.
Sorry, Danielle.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
That's a 1 out of
Your
10.
dad was just, I guess, a really rich guy, like a successful merchant.
Yeah, who married a countess who died. So now
Yeah,
he
who
has
died.
nothing.
It's got nothing, and then your Baroness stepmother hasn't like taken like not ownership, but hasn't become your legal guardian,
Right. Yeah.
basically. So no,
Stewardship.
I actually think she's gonna score like an 8 out of 10 on this one.
She does seem to be a person of the people.
Yeah, I think much like The Great,
Mm-hmm.
like that show, I think she more so than Henry is going to be quite the good ruler, the
I
Cheney
think
to
so.
his Bush, if you
Yes.
will,
Yes.
except for good stuff.
Yeah, not war crimes.
Yeah, not war crimes.
Riz.
This one's hard. What do you
This
think?
one's
Like,
really hard.
what do you think? Like a 5?
I was thinking 5.
I think it's a 5.
Yeah.
She's got her moments, man. Like with the Roma people,
Yeah, great with them.
great with them.
Stepmother, not so good.
Not so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like a 5.
Okay, so that gives us a 17 out of 40.
It's kind of low.
That's pretty bad.
It's not a passing grade.
Um, that's not good. But
No.
I think we'll see how she stacks up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. We don't know like
Yeah.
this is a curved grade here.
Yeah, maybe other princesses are worse.
Could be.
So, I think with that, let me find. Next time we will be watching Anastasia.
Which I'm excited to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, we never talked about it, but I have seen this movie many times.
Ever After?
Ever After, yes.
Never seen it before.
Yeah, and I also have seen Anastasia a lot.
I've also never seen it.
Really?
Not once.
Well, we'll see. I have a feeling it's a movie that's not very anti-Semitic.
Wild. That's a point in its column.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's got remarkably little to do with the Jews.
Good.
Hey, we did decide that's how we're gonna start rating movies.
That is,
Is
yeah.
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 Lion King, remarkably little anti-Semitism.
Remarkably little. Barely mentions genocide.
Barely mentions anything
Yeah.
about the Jews. Yeah, so I've seen Anastasia. What do you think Anastasia is about?
So I do actually know what it's about,
Oh, okay.
but I think, as a joke, I think Anastasia is actually a cartoon version of the story of Anastasia Steele from the story 50 Shades of Grey.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like a kid's version, an animated kid's
The
version of 50 Shades.
playroom is like literally like
It's just an
Legos
Xbox and some
in an
Legos.
Xbox. Oh, you
Perfect.
get up to some really naughty stuff in here. You're playing M-rated games.
Whoa. Is that Call of
Whoa.
Duty? Um, And yeah, so we'll catch you with that one next time. Until then, you can find us on Facebook, Hanksy Panksy Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at Hanksy Panksy Pod. You can send us an email at hanksypanksypod@gmail.com. We're on Blue Sky. It's something like Hanksy Panksy. Um, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/Hanksy Panksy. The day this is being recorded, we will be releasing episode 1 of Mackin' at the Movies. Ken and I recorded it last night, and
Amazing.
the energy is interesting because we were both very tired. So look out for that one. We are going to keep up with that one as best we can. So that's going to be a little mini series. Might have a couple other little choice cuts for y'all over on the Patreon, and maybe we'll do another. Oh, I broke my bracelet. Maybe we'll do
Oh.
another. It's supposed to.
Oh, okay, nice.
Maybe we'll do another couple pals holes. You never know, but check us enough money. You can be one of Hanks's heroes like Tuck and Daniel. And fellas, I bequeath unto you all my lands.
Amazing.
Hmm?
That's huge.
Yeah, all my titles to be split
Damn.
evenly betwixt you, which I believe would be called gavelkind.
Yeah, that sounds
I
right.
believe that is gavelkind succession. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You want a final quote?
I would like a final quote.
Yeah. It's been a minute since we've done this.
Yeah.
So, uh yeah, I think my final quote, I really like doing these as different line reads than the movie
Hmm.
gave us. I think this one's going to be done as if Benoit Blanc
Okay.
was delivering it, and it is ugly peasant bastard.
I gotta tell you, Benoit Blanc read makes everything better.
I think this movie needed more. Like, if imagine if Leo had been Benoit Blanc.
God,
Anyway.
that would have been fucking excellent. All right, folks. Well, we'll catch you next time with Anastasia.